maybe this is kind of insensitive after I just said that, but I don't really get, like, gambling. Like, I get it to an extent, but, like, I don't get it when it's to the point where you win, like, a pretty significant amount of money. Like, I feel like I could go to a... I've never been to a casino, so, I mean, I guess I don't know, like, entirely. But I feel like I could go to a casino and spend money or whatever. Spend, like, maybe, like, $100. And I feel like as long as I won, like, over that amount in the end, like, I would be fine. That's not a good way to put it. But, like, say I spend, like, $50 and I end up spending $50 to win, like, 100. I would, like, leave. Like, I don't sit there and, like, use that money more. I don't know. I've never really gotten that. I feel like I'm just that oblivious. Like, I feel like that has something to do with that. Maybe. Who knows? But even stuff with, like, the stock market or whatever, too, I feel like that's kind of a similar situation. And, like, there's been times where I've, like, gotten really into it, but it's more like a... It's not like a long-term thing. Like, it's like a phase, and then I'll be like, okay, this is boring. Like, I don't really care anymore. Casinos feed off the people who get too full of themselves and try to win big. Yeah, I mean, like, objectively, I know how it works, I feel like. Like, obviously, they're gonna be shitty... they're gonna be, like, shitty places who feed off of people with, like, gambling addictions and all this stuff. But, like, I just don't get it. I mean, I get it, but, like, me personally, I don't think that could happen to me. I don't know, I feel like I don't really get addicted to things in general. Like, even with caffeine, like, my body sometimes gets, like, a caffeine addiction because I have coffee, like, a few days in a row or whatever, like, a week in a row. But, like, I'll just, like, stop. You're a crackhead. No, that would be more exciting. But, no, I feel like I can just stop having caffeine for a few days and then it's fine. Like, obviously I'm gonna have, like, a headache or whatever, but I just, like, take some medicine and it's fine. Like, I don't really get people who are like, oh my god, I have to have my coffee today. I mean, sometimes I'm like that, but it's not like a need. Like, that's very much a millennial thing. Millennials are cringe. I thought this was like a kid, and even now I think of it. Like, I really do not understand the concept of people getting addicted to... Well, I guess, like, anything. But, like, specifically, like, smoking or, like, vaping. Like, I really don't understand it. Just don't do it. I don't really understand the appeal that that gets out of you. Like, it tastes bad. Like, I don't know. Smokers cope harder than anyone else. True. Thank you for agreeing. My brother smoked cigarettes for a while and just stopped when he realized it was cringe and didn't need a patch or gum. We love that. We love that. And I literally don't understand why people do that. And I don't understand why the government just doesn't ban cigarettes or whatever. Like, it's literally a public bad. Like, it pollutes the environment, it pollutes yourself, it can be bad for other people. Like, literally the government should just ban it. They banned, like, certain types of vapes, right? Like, just ban cigarettes. They don't benefit anyone. And vapes, honestly. But smokers will cry about when they need it. Even weed smokers. Oh my god, yeah, and the fact that there's, like legally... I don't know if it's legally, but, like, it's such common practice for jobs to just give people, like, a smoke break. Like, what the fuck? You're telling me because I got myself addicted to, a drug, I get, like, a mandated break? Like, why don't I get a break for being fucking addicted to caffeine or because I have a fucking headache or whatever? Like, where's my break? I don't know. That always pissed me off too. Like, you're rewarding these people for being addicted to a harmful drug that also harms other people? Like, what the fuck? They're even more annoying. It's about making money. That's the only reason cigs are still around. Yeah, I mean, I know that's the reason. Like, even when I was saying that, I'm like, yeah, all these cigarette companies like lobby the fucking government, which is fucking insane to me to begin with. Like, our government's so corrupt, but but yeah, like I know that's the reason, but it still should not happen. I don't know. I guess maybe that whole rant could have been a little insensitive. So like, if anyone was offended by that, I guess I'm sorry, but I'll be completely honest, I don't have a lot of sympathy for people that smoke or vape. Especially these fucking... Oh my god. Especially all these, like, young people that are vaping or whatever, like... I don't know. It's just, like, such a... I mean, not that I'm, like, in the market for dating people because I have a boyfriend, but, like, even when I was, like, people who vape are, like, the most unattractive people ever. Like, it is such a turnoff. Like, you are gonna stop your whole fucking day and, like, go feral over a fucking plastic stick with some juice in it? Like, get a grip of your life. I've, like, tried smoking weed before, and I think it's absolutely disgusting. So whenever I do it, I only do, like, edibles because they're, like, more bearable. Like gummies or whatever. That's not like the most intolerable thing, but like if you're being a annoying bitch about it, or like doing it in an environment where it like affects other people, then I think you're stupid. Like with weed or cigarettes or anything. Long story short, I don't have a lot of sympathy for people who get addicted to that. Maybe I should, but I really don't. If it actually does calm the nerves, then it's best for everyone. Yeah, like, yeah, especially because, like, I feel like that has more uses than, like, smoking a cigarette. Like, I don't know, smoking anything is definitely going to, like, damage your body. Like, even if it is weed. Like, it's still, you're inhaling smoke still. So, like, it's still kind of damaging you. But at least there's no, like, nicotine. And I think you basically don't get addicted to weed. So, like, there's that. So, like, it's better. But I think there's still better ways to ingest the drug if you're going to do that. I don't know too much about, like, addiction, I guess. I mean, I probably sound kind of ignorant. And I always see, I don't know. I see all these TikToks, because I'm on, like, pretty liberal TikTok most of the time. I see all these TikToks about people that are like, you shouldn't shame people for their, like, cigarette addiction or like any addiction like that, and like some are understandable. Like I understand some things to like some extent, but like I don't know. And like all these people are like, oh my god, I stopped vaping today, guys, like big milestone, and everyone will just be like congratulating them in the comments and like giving them all this like praise, and I'm like, wow, you stopped doing something that literally should have been like the baseline to begin with. Good for you, I guess. One chick I know who's a friend of a friend bought into the weed as a perfect propaganda. She has a baby and still smokes weed like it's fine. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Maybe don't do it around, like, babies and children. Like, especially that. Okay, that really pisses me off, too. Doing it in front of babies or, like, children or people who, like, can't escape the situation themselves is, like, extra shitty. Like parents that used to do that, like in front of their children. And I don't know. It's kind of on my mind too recently because I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer like thing with Evan Peters on Netflix recently, and like everywhere they go, it was like so normalized. There's always like in like the bars and the break rooms, whatever. There's like a cigarette ashtray. And it's just like everywhere. Like it was so normalized. There was like in restaurants there was like smoking and not smoking sections. Like how fucking brain dead are we as a society to have been that reliant on a fucking paper stick with some plants in it? I will say, like, I do admire people who like are very much trying to like stop doing that. Like obviously people make mistakes. Like you can realize like it's a bad a bad thing to do and stop doing it, which I think is very admirable. But I'm mainly talking about the people that are like have no problem doing it. They're like some people have the mentality like everyone's addicted to something. This is just what I'm addicted to or whatever. Like, no, I don't think that's okay. And like, not that I care that much about what people do with their life or whatever. It's more when it like starts affecting other people or like me. Like the people in my last apartment who were smoking inside their apartment and it was affecting me. I've seen a lot of that. I'm no longer an addict posts getting a lot of support. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean like it's definitely a good thing, but like the people that are sitting there and like praising them like so much, like, oh my gosh, like you're so brave or whatever, like all this stuff, like it's literally the bare minimum. I guess maybe I feel that strongly, like I was saying, because like I said, I have like kind of personal experience with like people being super annoying with like smoking and like it directly affecting me. I probably am biased because of that. So like maybe that's why I feel so strongly about it, but I don't know. It just seems like common sense to me. Like that's how I feel about that. Next controversial opinion.